Good morning, West Tennessee. I'm Victoria Taylor. Thanks so much for starting your weekend with us. It's Saturday, June 27th. We'll get to the day's top stories in just a moment, but first, meteorologist Eddie Holmes is standing by with a first look at your forecast. Eddie, I'm already loving the cool down we got overnight. We begin with breaking news. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has suspended their investigation into the kidnapping and killing of Holly Bobo. After shots rang through the Parkway East apartment complex this morning, at least one gunman is still on the loose. But today in their game against the Colts, some might argue it would be better for the Titans to lose. If you've never heard of the James Lee Atwood bill and are a driver without insurance for your car, as of July 1st, get ready to pay up. Eddie, are there any preliminary reports with more details on those damaging winds? I'm going to make sure that mine fits right.
I'm pretty sure that I would be floating if it were in the water. Oh, it's a little snug. Thank you.
Butter should be refrigerated or on the counter. What do you do?
I say refrigerated.
I grew up in a German family. We keep it in a dish on the counter.
Really?
We do. So there you go. The debate continues.
Crews are still setting up behind me, but in just a few hours, this is going to be the place to be to have an opa of a good time.
Does it?
What can I say?
Can you give us a little move here?
And so the forecast, let's take a look at that graphic.
The only thing I could do was pretty much a European garden where, if you're not familiar with those, it's just a plant that you put a bow on basically and give it away. So that was kind of all I could do. But you know, these are elaborate designs that we're going to see today.
The school district says their bus driver left the keys inside a school bus parked here at Northside High School.
Mixing together a few ingredients from around the house can create a rush of bubbles. So much so it looks like the toothpaste an elephant might use. Eddie, I already felt the humidity when I came into work. How's the rest of the day shaping up?
About the same.
We're told that the plane crash happened about half a mile down this private drive in a soybean field. When we arrived on scene, we were told that the victim was still inside, which is just in time for my birthday.
Yes, it
Eddie,
is.
can I expect a little piece of rock and roll royalty from you next month?
Well, what's the starting bid, by the way?
I actually do not know, but
Yeah.
if you tell me what your top dollar is, we'll make sure it doesn't go over.
Well, we'll talk later, okay?
So tell us about the weather, Eddie.
Well, it's going to be weather, I think, to be cute and playful in.
Yes.
So let's look at.
While staff say dropping the fines will put more books on the shelves, it's actually the community that benefits the most from Fine-Free Month. Now for the month of June, you can actually bring in school supplies in exchange for overdue fees. While you might expect to see sequins, they keep other items in here too that they won't be wearing, like a blanket and extension cords. As part of the extra patrols, officers won't just drive by your house, they'll actually park, get out, and take a look around. Staff say all the sanitizing is done in a two-step process that starts with spraying, then wiping. While there should be plenty of hay at this farm for these guys, I recently flew out of St. Louis, but first I had to drive there. My car holds about 20 gallons of gas. At $2.59 a gallon, that's about $50 a tank and 4 hours driving time. But with the new Air Choice One flight option, a one-way ticket costs about $35 and takes about 2 hours to fly to St. Louis. While police couldn't say how fast the truck was going, they don't think speed was a factor. Gone are the days of the paper ticket writing. Now when the officer approaches your car, you hand them your license, they scan it, and all your information goes in digitally. Prior to the Friday ruling by the Supreme Court, 14 states recognize marriage only between a man and a woman. Now the High Court says same-sex couples like these men and these women can get married in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Because of the drastically cold temperatures lately, Wolf Oak Farm says it's actually using about 33% more hay to feed cattle. Staff at Eastchester say every classroom is stocked with hand sanitizer and disinfecting wipes. Businesses like Uncle Donnie's Furniture say having the film company in town could be good for growth. Pieces like this antique clock were actually purchased to be used as props for the film.